The Australian dream is dead. The numbers just don't add up. A typical working class family can't afford to purchase a home anymore. I'm going to run you through the numbers and show you just how unaffordable Australian housing is and why the Australian dream of owning a home is now almost a thing of the past. Alright, so let's jump right into the numbers. Here we've got the property prices sorted by capital city. Now this is for houses specifically, and these are the median prices. So the median house in Sydney is going to set you back a cool $1,595,000. In Melbourne, it'll cost you $1,047,000. In Brisbane, $888,000. In Perth, $742,000. And for the combined capitals, which includes all of these cities, it will cost you $1,094,000. Now, what I've done here is I've taken those median house prices and I've made a table here that shows what it would look like to finance these homes based on each city. Now, how I've calculated this is by using my trusty mortgage calculator. So I put in the amount that is you want to borrow. I used an interest rate of 6.21%, which was the average interest rate as of January 2024. It might be slightly different now, but that's okay. We'll run with that. The repayment frequency is weekly. The length of the loan is 30 years, and the fees are $10 a month. If you wanted to buy the median house in Sydney, you'd be looking at putting down a 20% deposit of $319,000. That leaves you with a nice big loan of $1,276,000, and your weekly mortgage payments are $1,807. Now, you can have a look at what the 20% deposit is for each city and what the loan values are. The main thing we'll focus on are the weekly mortgage payments. Now, this already assumes that you've put down the 20% deposit. So in Melbourne, you'd be looking at a $1,187 mortgage for the median home. In Brisbane, $1,007. In Perth, $842. And in the combined capitals, $1,240 a week. Here I've got a table of mortgage cost as a percentage of income. Now, how I've calculated this is I've used the national median weekly household income of $1,770, and I've compared it to what those weekly mortgage payments are for each city on the median house. So, starting off in Sydney, the worst offender of them all. The mortgage cost as a percentage of the median household income is 102%, which literally means that it is more than the entire household is bringing in each week. Just the mortgage payment is simply out of reach. Now, in Melbourne, it's a bit better, but still pretty horrendous. It's 67% of the weekly income. In Brisbane, it's 62%. In Perth, it's 47%. And in the combined capitals, it's 70%. So this just really goes to show how unaffordable housing is in Australia. And it's easy to look at these numbers and think, yeah, that's just so expensive. But there's a deeper meaning to it. You know, this impacts so many people in Australia, and so many Aussies are stressing over how they're going to afford a house and just really doing it tough out there. It's such a sad thing that this is the state of what our country has come to. Now, moving on, here's the income that you need to comfortably afford repayments on the median house in each city. So, mortgage stress is defined as your mortgage payments being more than 30% of your before tax income. So to be able to comfortably afford a home, your mortgage repayments need to be 30% or less than your before tax income. So to be able to afford the median house in Sydney, you need to have a household income of $313,000. In Melbourne, it's $205,000. In Brisbane, it's $174,000. In Perth, it's $145,000. And in the combined capitals, it's $214,000. The top 10% of earners in Australia make $131,000 a year or more, which means that if you want to purchase a house in Australia, you almost need to have two people that are in the top 10% of earners. In Sydney, you need more than that. Now, these figures don't include the huge 20% deposits that you need to put down to be able to purchase one of these homes, and it also doesn't include the ongoing upkeep of these properties. This all goes to show just how unaffordable Australian property is and how most Aussies have been completely priced out of owning a home. Alright, so that sums up this video. The Australian dream really is dead. Most families have unfortunately been priced out of purchasing a home. Let me know what you guys think about the Australian housing market down in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this.